Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, and welcome to Pampered Chef Live. We are excited to offer virtual weekly cooking events every week to customers, party guests, and hosts in the US and Canada. Give us an emoji if your Pampered Chef consultant invited you tonight. I am Michael. I am your moderator this evening. Share in the chat where you're joining from. During the next 20 to 30 minutes, we will be joining Emily from her home kitchen as she shows us the art of cold brew coffee and how to use it for delicious homemade cookies. And later on, we will be drawing 3 lucky winners for our giveaway of some new summer products. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll happen after the demo. And before we do that, I want to say that if you're watching on Facebook and you want to be eligible for the giveaway, make sure you register on Zoom so that you can get in on the giveaway, because that's where we'll be pulling the winners from. Couple other housekeeping notes before we get started. First of all, there is a handout for tonight that was included in your Zoom email before the event. This will have all the recipes in it as well as the featured products. And after the event, you'll receive another email from Pampered Chef with the handout again in case you missed it the first time, and a link to watch the recording of this session. After the demo, Aaron will answer a few questions from the Q&A and we'll share more about our monthly offers. We'll also encourage you to use the Q&A feature if you want to ask questions during the session. After the event, there's going to be a survey link in that email as well. Use that survey to give us some feedback. Your feedback is so important to us and it helps us constantly improve and give you the best experience possible. And we'll be selecting one more winner from the survey every single week as well for an additional product. Finally, I want to say that if the chat in Zoom is getting a little overwhelming for you on your device, you can always mute the notifications for your chat by clicking on the chat icon, clicking on the arrow at the top that says mute notifications. So with all of that said, I want to encourage you to grab a beverage, sit back and relax, and let's get cooking. So with that, take it away, Emily.
Hi guys, I'm Emily and I'm so excited to be here with y'all tonight live from my kitchen. I recently celebrated my 6-year anniversary with Pampered Chef last month. I actually joined when my son was 3 months old. I was getting ready to go back to work following my maternity leave as an orthopedic surgery physician assistant. And I, totally joking, told a friend, oh, I just want to quit my job and start selling Pampered Chef like my mom used to do. When we were growing up, my mom did kitchen shows. I loved going to her kitchen shows, eating all the taco rings, eating all the fruit pizzas. P.S. Mom, I hope you're watching. You better be here. But full disclosure, I totally signed up for the discount. At the time, I didn't know anyone that was selling Pampered Chef, so I just wanted to get these amazing products for cheap, right? I've always been in love with the products from a super young age. Fast forward 6 years, and I am in it for much more than the discount at this point. I'm able to work this amazing business from home with our 2 amazing kiddos. This business has allowed me to never miss a single one of my son's school events. We've been able to travel all over the world, make lifelong friends, but most importantly, we've been able to help our hosts and our customers enjoy more quality family time around their tables. So thank y'all for being here tonight. I cannot wait to show you some of my favorite recipes. But first off, I want to hear a little bit more about y'all. I want to know where you're joining from tonight. And I also want you to shout out the consultant that invited you in the chat. All right. So I'm not sure if y'all heard the news, but we've got some pretty amazing new coffee products out right now. Okay. Our theme this month is Fuel Your Summer. And I can definitely agree that I need all the fuel I can get this summer, right? So I don't know if anyone was happier than me about the relaunch of our cold brew maker on June 1st. Ours gets used daily in my house. And tonight I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite summer drinks with y'all, a cold brew lemonade. And I'm also going to be showing you a sweet treat you can make using the leftover coffee grounds from that, okay? You can use the leftover coffee grounds from your deluxe coffee machine if you're one of our amazing hosts that have earned that this month, or the cold brew maker as well. So I'm going to use our deluxe stand mixer right behind me to mix those cookies. It has some awesome preset functions that make it way too simple. So the first recipe we're going to be making tonight is the cold brew lemonade. Do not panic. Do not sign off. Don't go anywhere. Trust me, it's not scary at all. I promise. It's very light and refreshing and delicious. So we're going to start by brewing the cold brew. Now, let me point out too, this was redesigned from our old cold brew maker. They added a silicone ring around the bottom, which is amazing because it keeps it more secure on your countertops and more safe. And then also the filter that comes inside of it, it's just one filter. The old one had two filters, one for tea, one for coffee, and now it's all one filter, which is pretty amazing. Less parts to lose down the road, you know? So what we're gonna do is add some water to the coffee. Now, normally with this, if you're not using our brand new cold brew pouches, which I'm gonna talk about in a second, you would do 1 cup of coffee grounds to 5 cups of water. So for this, thankfully, we have our amazing cold brew pouches, which are going to make this process so much easier. Okay. You let it steep for about 12 to 24 hours. And all you do is literally throw the pouches in. Now, you can take the filter out, you can keep the filter in, whatever is easiest for you, but you throw in 2 packets. And these are amazing because less measuring, less mess. You're not having to fool with any of the process of measuring your coffee grounds and then removing them afterwards and cleaning out the filter. But these come with 6 in each pouch, and you use 2 per drink. So you can actually make 3 full pitchers of it, which I love. And let's dump the water in. So because this is a cold brew concentrate, we're actually going to use less water than what you would you would put in here normally. So I'm adding 4 cups. And then again, you let it steep for 12 to 24 hours. And while that's steeping magically, we're going to put it off to the side. I also want to point out, you can use this to make tea and infused water. So pretty handy, pretty nice. Now for this drink, we're going to be combining lemonade and cold brew in a second, but we are also going to be making a little fluffy whipped topping situation for the top of it. Okay, we're going to do this in our electric milk frother on the cold foam setting, my personal favorite setting. So we're going to go ahead and get that mixed up. Now I'm going to take a 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm using our Easy Read measuring cups. I'm obsessed with these. You're going to see me use them a lot tonight, especially for our cookies, mostly because to see the measurements, they're angled on this side right here. All you have to do is look straight down. You don't have to squat down. You don't have to work your thighs, work your quads. You don't have to do an exercise to make it happen. Pretty handy. These are amazing. And they all nest into one beautifully perfect pile in your drawer. So we're going to add a 1/3 cup of whipping cream to that, and then a teaspoon of our limoncello syrup. This is while supplies last. I'm obsessed. This is probably my favorite of our 3 syrups that we have. Oh, went a little overboard there. Totally fine. No problem with that. And we are going to get it going on the cold foam setting. Okay. So this essentially makes whipped cream. Okay. I love adding some creaminess to citrus drinks. I really think it adds some balance with that acidity and the cream. If you want it less whipped creamy, more cold foamy, then you could totally add a little bit of milk, alternative milk, whatever it is, just add a dash of that and it'll be more frothy, less whipped and fluffy. But I like the fluffiness, so that's what we're doing tonight. Now, if coffee's not your thing, you can totally whip up some cold foam using any milk or creamer and pour it over any drink. It's awesome on sodas. I love to make a little cream for like an Olipop or something just served over ice. Very simple, very easy. And I also want to mention a few things about our frother here, okay? There's a lot of things that make it different than other frothers on the market. Our product design team is so brilliant. They put so much time, so much research, so much thought into our amazing products. And I want to point those out to you about this thing, okay? So number 1, it has an offset whisk, and it has a specially designed whisk that makes sure that all 4 settings get maximum aeration and maximum froth, okay? The 4 settings are low foam, high foam, a warm setting, and then the cold foam setting. And the fact that the whisk is offset makes it work completely perfectly in all 4 settings, which is a little bit different than other ones on the market. Also, that offset whisk is not magnetic. A lot of the frothers you see are magnetic, and that whisk can easily pop out. or it's difficult to connect. Ours locks in and out very easily, and it's not magnetic, so it's way easier to handle and to maneuver. Number three, my personal favorite one, because I'm a little bit crunchy, is the nonstick coating on the inside is PTFE and PFOA free. Again, very hard to find another frother out there that does not contain those chemicals in the nonstick coating. So I think we're done. Voila, yay. Now we're gonna mix up the cold brew, okay? So I magically have some cold brew ready right over here. And let's mix it up. So I like to do equal parts cold brew to lemonade. And hold on. I need to take out the edges first, right? So let me show you exactly how simple this is. If I weren't live, I would be squeezing every last drop of coffee out of these because no cold brew left behind, you know. So I'm going to save these for a second for our cookies. We'll come back to those, but I just want to show you how easy and mess-free removing those bags was, right? So we're going to do equal parts coffee, equal parts lemonade. Give it a stir, and then put our whipped cream mixture on top, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful drink. Just half and half. That's it, and it's so good. It's kind of like the Arnold Palmer, right? But with coffee instead of tea. And here we go. Look how perfectly fluffy that is. All right. Okay. Yum. Delish. I gotta go ahead and try it. I'm sorry. Probably gonna end up with a mustache situation going on. Not that I need cold brew at 7 o'clock at night, but okay, that's it. So I want to point out too, if y'all have any leftover ingredients from that, the cold brew, the heavy whipping cream, you can totally use it to make our secret recipe, our secret menu recipe for cold brew quicksicles. Okay, using our quick-sickle maker, you can whip up homemade popsicles in like 7 minutes. This recipe calls for cold brew, heavy whipping cream, and then our brown sugar syrup. So please reach out to your consultant, ask them for that secret menu cookbook. And there are some amazing recipes in there. I'm going to clean up my mess while I'm telling y'all about the recipes. But there is a chocolate covered strawberry ice latte recipe in there. There's a s'mores latte recipe. So much goodness. It's absolutely phenomenal. And then the recipe Sandy made last week on Ted's Kitchen Live, that cold brew overnight oats, that's also in there too. So yummy. And I can't wait for y'all to get that cookbook. So let's see. I also want to point out too, cold brew is a little bit different from espresso or drip coffee in a few ways. It's less acidic, and so that means it can taste a little bit sweeter, and it can usually contain some more caffeine, which I'm not mad about, right? And having less acidity makes for a much smoother taste, and it can actually be really good for people who have sensitivity to coffee or get reflux or like an upset stomach with coffee in the morning. So I like to consider it a great gateway drug to becoming addicted to coffee. And I also want to say the experts out there, the coffee professionals say that 16 hours is actually the ideal steeping time. But I can vouch that 48 hours absolutely works great too. It's totally fine. So what are we going to do with those leftover coffee grounds, right? I'm going to get some scissors. We're going to cut into this and we're going to save them. These are actually scissors from my old orthopedic clinic. This is what we used to use to cut cast off. And now I'm going to use it in my kitchen business. Pretty fancy, right? Okay, so we're going to use these. This is a funny side note, but I recently heard you can save coffee grounds to also use to repel mosquitoes. They say to use it like you would like incense, so dry it out, put it outside and light it, burn it, and it'll repel mosquitoes. So I haven't personally tried it. We're not gonna try it tonight. That's not our demo. We're actually gonna cook with it. We're gonna make some cold brew cookies. And I'm gonna bring our deluxe stand mixer over here. to show y'all exactly how we're gonna make them. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so y'all can see what we're working with. It might be too close. Okay. Perfect. Now let's plug it in. Okay. So for the sake of time, I went ahead and pre-mixed some ingredients. The preset function I used was the cream setting. You can see all these functions here. We have the custom setting, whip, cream, mix, beat, and knead. And then it has a timer button, a 30-second ad, and then the stop button. So I use the cream setting to mix 1 stick of butter, half a cup of peanut butter, half a cup of sugar, and half a cup of brown sugar earlier. It automatically whipped it for 3 minutes. I didn't have to look at it, I didn't have to think about it. And it's extra special that we have these preset functions because number one, they gradually increase the speed. So your ingredients aren't flying up in the air, making a big mess. But also, if you have a distraction happening, like your mailman shows up or your kid starts coloring on the walls, you're not gonna forget about what you have mixing and end up over mixing and ruining your baking dish, okay? So no concerns with that. That's why I love the preset functions because it's kind of perfect for busy, distracted humans like all of us. So I have a few more ingredients here we're gonna add in, and let's see, oh, salt. Definitely need salt. All right, what's next? So, also, wait, special shout out to these two items here. These were the things that I pre-made earlier. The brown sugar, I've got to shout out the brown sugar keeper. I'm obsessed with this because this little terracotta piece right here, let me take it out and show you. You store it in with your brown sugar, throw it right in the bag or your container, whatever it is. And this keeps you from getting angry and frustrated when you're in the middle of baking. You open the bag and it's a solid brick. It keeps your brown sugar soft and easy and perfect and ready to use right when you need it. And then the measure all cup. I use this to measure my half a cup of peanut butter. Dump it right in. It plunges it out perfectly. This is one of the most brilliant products we own. I'm obsessed with this. And you can use it for anything thick, sticky, like sour cream, cream cheese, stuff you don't want to have to scrape out and waste ingredients on because this plunges it right out for you. You don't miss a drop, and then you can flip it over and use this side like a cup with all the other measurements on the side. So one of my favorite products right there. Had to point it out to y'all. But we're going to add a fourth cup of cold brew. Again, easy read measuring cups. Love this. I really like the baby one. It's the cutest. So fourth cup of cold brew here. 1 egg. Okay. And then half a teaspoon of salt. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check my recipe so I don't over salt. Yep. Adjustable measuring spoons. To me, this kind of goes hand in hand with the easy read measuring cup because it's one spoon, all these measurements. I don't know if you can see, but all you do is slide it up and down and you get all these measurements in one spoon. I love that because you're not digging through your drawer trying to find the exact right spoon. You have it all in one right there. So another one of my favorite products. And then we have, oh, I need that back, our vanilla. So our double strength Madagascar bourbon vanilla, the fanciest vanilla in town. I need 1 teaspoon of that, which is actually half a teaspoon because again, it's double strength. P.S. This is in the outlet right now, unless it hadn't sold out already, but this is normally only available during the holiday season and it's in the outlet right now. So run, don't walk to get your double strength Madagascar bourbon vanilla. And keep in mind, whatever your recipe calls for, you want to use half of that. Okay, so we're gonna get this going for 45 seconds. And while it's running, I'm gonna go ahead and get our next ingredients ready. that? See how it automatically picked up into a higher speed? I didn't even have to do that. It just did it on its own. Again, it's magic. So, easy read measuring cups. Again, I'm using them again because they're amazing. Next thing we're going to do is add in 1 1/3 cup of flour. And thankfully this pouring shield keeps me from making a massive mess. And then we're going to measure out 1/4 cup of our coffee grounds, okay? So this is the pouch I had earlier. And I'm using our large stainless scoop. I need 1/4 cup. I think that's about it. I think that's good. You do want to make sure you wring out all the coffee of that so it's not bringing too much moisture into the cookies. There we go. Okay. Got our coffee in, got our flour. Now we need some baking soda and baking powder. I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And then 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. A little bit stuck on. Okay, 45 seconds again. Then we're gonna add our chocolate chips. And I'm gonna take a coffee break. All right, so it says with 10 seconds left, you want to add your chocolate chips. Now, it calls for, let's that out real quick. Calls for 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of peanut butter chips. If peanut butter is not your thing, or if coffee is not your thing, you can totally sub those out. You don't have to do the peanut butter flavors or the coffee flavors. You could totally throw in like pretzels or Heath bar. If anyone else has any ideas, I'd love to hear those in the chat. But this whole large one is 1 cup. So I did 1/2 chocolate, 1/2 peanut butter. We're gonna mix those up for 10 seconds. Then we're gonna start scooping them out. All right, we're good to go. Look at that, it looks perfect. Y'all, it's insane how delicious these cookies taste. And I want to point out as well that this beautiful, gorgeous deluxe stand mixer, as well as our deluxe coffee machine, can both be earned by consultants as a part of our consultant success rewards program. Okay, so consultants can earn these for free on top of a paycheck, on top of Disney trip points, on top of amazing new unreleased fall products that all consultants can earn right now. The perks are insane. And honestly, being a Pampered Chef consultant can be a blessing to so many different people. So take that into consideration if you're eyeballing this mixer, if you like our coffee machine, if you need some extra fun money for the summer, consider diving in. Reach out to the consultant that invited you tonight, because this job is one of the best decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I really want to lick this, but I'm going to refrain only because there's a few people watching. But we're going to start scooping. So I'm going to be cooking these on stoneware. I don't know if I said this already, but I preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to be using our large scoop here, and I'm going to start scooping, y'all. If you ever make cookies in your life, you have to use stoneware. It's a non-negotiable, okay? Cookies and stoneware go hand in hand. It legitimately makes the best cookies on planet Earth. And why is that? It's because it's porous. It's non-porous, so it absorbs moisture, which gives your foods a crispy crust. and keeps them, it allows for very even heat distribution. So it cooks things very evenly, but it can really, really crisp things up. Now, fun fact about stoneware, it's made in Texas, right down the road. I don't know if y'all know this. I love this fact. And I have threatened Pampered Chef that I'm going to show up at the stoneware facility one day and I'm going to start demanding old retired pieces to come back. If anyone has any requests, throw them in the chat. If you have any stoneware pieces you're missing, like the stoneware muffin pan or the stoneware loaf pan, we want to hear about it. Because those are on my list. Those are on my list of items that I'm begging that they bring back. I also want to hear what's your oldest piece of stoneware. If you're a stoneware lover, share in the chat your favorite piece of stoneware or your oldest. I'm a big fan. I also want to point out that stoneware was actually reformulated in 2020 and it's now all of our stone fusion material. So it's actually the exact same material, but it's a little bit more what I like to call husband proof. Okay, so now it's broiler safe, it's dishwasher safe. My favorite thing, it's safe to preheat. Essentially, all the clay particles were packed in even tighter in these new pieces, which makes it a little bit more durable. And I absolutely love that. So you can tell if you have a stone fusion piece by seeing little waves on the back of your, I can't flip this one over, but let me show you. My stoneware drawer here. These are the waves I'm talking about. This is how you know it's stone fusion, if you have those on there. So, if you're new to stoneware, you don't have any pieces, but you're interested, I would recommend that you look into the stoneware starter set. It's your best bet because it includes this one, the bar pan, also the infamous pizza stone, and the loaf pan. So those are great starter pieces, as well as my favorite, the medium bar pan. I love this size, and the small bar pan is also perfect for our air fryer. So we're gonna bake these at 350 degrees for 18 minutes. I'm gonna throw these into the oven. And then I'm going to magically pull some freshly baked ones out of the oven. Isn't that amazing? Wow, look at me go. All right. So we are going to do another necessary step. So these are the rules for chocolate chip cookies. You must always bake them on stoneware. This is the law, actually. You have to bake them on stoneware and you have to sprinkle flaky sea salt on top of them when you're done baking. This, you just have to. If you don't do these things, you're breaking the law and you're going to jail. Okay. So that's it. I'm going to put these onto our stackable cooling rack, let them cool. I'm going to try my hardest not to eat one on camera. I might be indulging during the Q&A. We'll just have to see. But if anyone has any questions, please let me know. I hope y'all enjoyed these two recipes. I hope you learned a thing or two, or maybe you just got really hungry. But if you need more fuel for your summer, if you want our cold brew maker or our deluxe coffee machine for a super sweet deal like half price or even free, be sure to reach out to your consultant, then invite them and they can totally hook you up. Back to you, Michael.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Emily. You are truly a master of coffee. You are showing us all the ways to use the grounds in so many ways that I've never thought of. So greatly appreciate you helping us get the most out of our coffee. That was amazing. So we are going to do some Q&A in just a little bit, but before that, I have a few announcements to share. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, if you'll bear with me. All right, so hopefully you can all see that. All right, so first we have a sale going on right now. This is our Savor Your Summer sale, and it has these bundles that are great for summer entertaining. All of these bundles are on sale for this entire month. No discount code needed. These are great for entertaining. These are great as gifts. I want to highly recommend that you check these bundles out while they're still available this June. And we have a bunch of new summer products available on our website as well. Your consultant can tell you more about those, including our cold brew pitcher, which we saw used so well tonight. And Emily already mentioned this, we have our deluxe coffee machine. And This is a pretty incredible machine that can make coffee three different ways with ground coffee, with the Keurig K-Cup pods or Nespresso pods. And there are two ways that you can get the deluxe coffee machine in June. The first is to host a party. And when you host a party, you can get the deluxe coffee machine for 60% off. And you can also earn the coffee machine for free when you become a Pampered Chef consultant in the month of June. This is a special deal just for the month of June. Both of these are awesome options to get this amazing product in your kitchen. Reach out to your consultant to learn more details, okay? Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about being a consultant, maybe you've considered it, maybe this is the first time you're thinking about it, we want to invite you to check out Discover Pampered Chef on our Facebook pages, both US and Canada, in just a few minutes. This is happening at 7:45 Central Time. You will get a chance to hear from other consultants about their experiences, ask questions, learn more about Pampered Chef as an organization. And this is going to happen just a few minutes after the event concludes. So we want to invite you to check that out. Last but not least, it is time for our giveaways. So tonight we'll be giving away three summer products to random winners selected, and we're going to spin the wheel to see which product you're going to win. And these winners have been pulled from our Zoom registration. So I'm going to share my screen again, and this time what I'm sharing is our spin the wheel. So let's see. You can see that here. All right, friends. You can see the spinning wheel, hopefully. So our first winner tonight is Tammy Farley. Congratulations, Tammy Farley. Let's see what you won, Tammy. It is the Level and Scoop. This Level and Funnel Scoop, excuse me. This is a great product that makes a mess-free way to scoop out coffee. Congratulations, Tammy. All right, our second winner now. Let's get our wheel up again. Our second winner is Donna Wagley. Donna Wagley, congratulations. You have won. Let's see. The electric milk frother. Congratulations, Donna. Big, big prize. Really handy. This is awesome. Congratulations, Donna. Our last winner of the night. Let's get our wheel refreshed one more time. Our last winner of the night is Sonia Stice. Sonia Stice, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sonia, you are the winner of our Java Chip Frappe Mix. This is one of our new summer products that you can use great in shakes. Congratulations, Sonia. You are the winner of these. And so we will get in touch with all of our lucky winners so that you can get these products in the mail and you'll be able to enjoy them soon enough. So, all right. Now we've done our winners, it is time for a little bit of Q&A. So I'm going to queue up a few questions here, Emily. The first question I wanted to ask you is, if you use your own coffee, is it also concentrated?
No. Normal coffee grounds, I use a cup of coffee and then personally, I just fill it all the way up with water. I know you're supposed to use 5 cups. That's what the instructions say. Um, but I'm getting all I can get. So I fill mine all the way up and it's not a concentrate, but it is hard to know the actual caffeine content. And I believe if you steep it longer, it might have more caffeine, but naturally cold brew has more caffeine than brewing regular coffee. And it's because of the coldness. It's because the heat is lacking. I don't really know all the science behind it, but that's what I know.
Great.
So yeah, I don't think normal coffee would be a concentrate.
Good to know. All right, I'm going to combine two questions in one here. One question is, can you show us the inside of the frother? And the second question is, how do you clean the frother?
Oh, I like that question. Okay, that's really good. Well, mine is filled with whipped cream, lemon whipped cream. But yes, I don't know how clearly you can see this, but I hope you can see the offset whisk on there. It's not just dead in the center. And to clean it, what I'm going to do, rinse it under water, rinse it in water. You do want to try to avoid water getting right here, but rinse it out with water. Then I'm going to throw some water in there. There's actually a max line inside. You can't see it because of the whipped cream, but there's a maximum line right there. So you don't want to overfill it. I would say probably fill it halfway and then a drop of dish soap. Run it on the high foam setting and you're going to clean it like that. It kind of cleans itself. So quick tip for cleaning it, um, letting it clean itself.
It's great. I got three more questions for you. The first one was it just regular coffee that you were using?
Um, I use our cold brew pouches, but normally, yes, I would just use, if I'm not using these, if in the instance these sell out, I'm going to be very devastated and sad. I believe they might be while supplies last.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, regular coffee. And I want to point out too, with cold brew, they do recommend coarse grounds. So if you are grinding your own coffee, you want to do more of a coarse ground, a thicker ground, not a very fine ground.
Great. Last two questions are about the cookies. What did you have inside the mixer already pre-made before we started the demo? Could you remind us?
Yes, that was a stick of butter, half a cup of peanut butter, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of regular sugar. So
Love
very easy to remember because it was all half a cup.
it. That's great. Last question is, what exactly did you sprinkle on those cookies at the end? What type?
So this is not an ad, but Maldon sea salt. It's kind of a nicer brand, higher quality salt. But it is like thick, chunky, flaky sea salt. And the texture of it just makes such a difference. If you can find this salt, I would definitely recommend it. Any salt's going to be great, because salt just elevates the flavor of cookies, and it's a great contrast with the coffee, and with the chocolate and the peanut butter. But to me, flaky sea salt just takes it up a notch.
Love it. Love it. And my own question now that I'll ask is, should you put the salt on right like when they're fresh out of the oven? Do you let it cool a little bit?
I would try to do it fresh out of the oven so that it sticks. Because
Great.
these I made a little bit in advance, and I don't know how well this salt's gonna stay, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna shove them all in my mouth.
I love it. All right. So that's all for our questions tonight. So thank you again, Emily, for your expertise, for your leadership. It is so good to hear your passion and your skill coming out, and we're just really grateful for that. So I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you at the same time next week for more food and fun. And next week we're going to be on with Nancy, who will be showing us a classic grilled chicken salad recipe, and it's going to be flavorful, fresh. I'm really excited about this. I love jerk chicken, and that's what we're going to be using in a whole new way next week. And we'll have some more summer giveaways as well. So it's going to be a great time. Same time next week. Register. We hope to see you then, and have a great night. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.